It is early in the morning and I want to harvest some herbs from the garden today. But first I wanted to come here and say thank you for all of the kind comments on the past couple videos. I wanted to show you guys the final products of the flowers that I spent all of the previous 6 months growing for our wedding. But now we're done with that. We're gonna be back to more regular content, but I used to post a little bit more before I decided to grow the flowers for my own wedding. I'll start today with harvesting some herbs. The garden's doing really good now. We're having a heat wave this week and it's going to get hot today also, but I wanted to go ahead and harvest some herbs because some of them are going to flower. I'm going to show you. I also want to make space for some of the fall things that I'm planning to grow. I am already late and I'm going to tell you guys right now for all the fall garden. It's been really hard to come back into the rhythm. I'm still gonna try to do it anyway. But for today, let's start making some space by harvesting some things. And then hopefully by next week, I'll be able to plant some new things in here. Just check out these tomatoes real quick. Look how big this tomato plant is. This was a volunteer and I think it's an atomic grape. I did grow atomic grape last year. Didn't do very well, but I probably threw some ones that the squirrels ate in this garden bed and now I have those guys. It could also be hybridized, could be mixed with something else, I don't know, until it gets ripe. We'll see. This one seems to be getting close, but it has a lot of fruit on this plant, so I'm leaving in here. It's kind of cool. Lots of new ones too, and there's lots of tomatoes in the back there too, but I need to make some space on this bed. Not sure really if I want to plant anything for the fall here, but at least I want these dahlias to flourish more. So all this shiso that I also volunteered, I didn't plant this in here. I'm gonna harvest that to clear the way a little bit. And things that are in buckets, like this shiso also volunteered in there. There's some verbena in here, some blue basil in here, blue spice basil. I'm gonna clear that out because I'm making space to plant some things in pots for the fall. I also have some things growing in this green stock. Look at this. These guys are neglected for about 2 months. But I plan to save seeds from this basil because look at that. It's so vigorous. It's so beautiful. So look, it starts down here and go all the way up. And it didn't get watered. Got neglected for a long time. And it did fine. So I want to make sure I save the seeds from these guys. It's performed so well. And another thing. Look at this strawberry. I'm going to take this out of the way. I have a strawberry that's growing on the cracks of the concrete. So this guy fell from a strawberry plant for this guy here. Maybe a little, strawberry fell in there. The seeds germinated and now I have a ground strawberry. That's hilarious. This green stock, it's like kind of like getting right to the wheel over there. But look at this. I don't even think I have a strawberry in here. No? Just flowers. Oh yes, I do. Look at that little guy. I'm not gonna eat it obviously, but you stay here for the birds or the squirrels. But that's really funny, when you're not trying to grow something, sometimes it just decides to show up for you. And I want to take this lemon verbena. I love this plant over here. It smells so good. If you never smelled lemon verbena before, oh, you should try. It's amazing. Just from me touching this over here, I can smell it. I make tea with it, but you can also cook with it. There's many things you could do. You can make cosmetics like soap or body lotion. It's very strong and nice smell. You can infuse some coconut oil with it and stuff. So I'm gonna harvest all of that to also make space over here on the top so I can put the plant supports and then cover the green stock after I plant the seeds on it. So look at this. All of these new babies. But I'm gonna cut this in here probably, but we're gonna start with the shiso and the raised bed first. So I did not plant this shiso, it just keeps coming back on me every year. After I planted once in my front yard, then seeds came in with my pots and they keep growing and flowering. But this year, I wanna see if I can harvest all of them before they flower so they won't get everywhere again next year. So I'm gonna harvest most of the ones that are growing in the garden now. And I'll see how I can preserve them. I normally just dry and use for tea, but I got this Japanese preserving book and there is a recipe there for salted shiso. So you layer the shiso leaves with salt and let it ferment for a while, and I'm curious to do that. So some of the shiso are going to be for that experiment as well. See how this one is actually starting to bud? You can see that's what I want to avoid. So I want to harvest all of that too to make sure this guy doesn't go to flower this year and drop seeds everywhere again. When I lived in Hawaii, we work in restaurants over there. We used to use shiso for cooking. I worked in a Japanese restaurant, but mostly the green variety, not the red. But I've heard that you can do many things with the red too. I mean, just from cutting it right now, it smells delicious. And I am going to probably try to do some cooking with it this week too, since I have so much. I have another one here. And if you have any suggestions, anything that you use it and you like to make with it, please let me know in the comment section down below also. I love to learn from you. I'm going to have too much. I don't even think I should harvest all today because I'm not going to have time to process all this. I always underestimate how much I actually have until I put them all together. But I'll make at least a little bit more space here. Okay, let's see if I can put this in this basket over here. Okay, this is how much I got right now. It's a lot, so I'll definitely have to research a little bit more on what to do with it. I still have another one there. One basket's already full. Okay, I'm going to do the blue spicy basil next. This also volunteered here last year. And this one I only use for tea. I find the flavor a little bit too strong for cooking, but I do enjoy drinking as a tea. I never grew this. It's an interesting one. I got this as a free seed from Baker Creek. Just self-seeded and came back this year too while I was gone. Speaking of self-seeding, let me just take a little detour and show you guys some more cool stuff that happened. This pepper just came also while I was gone. I think she was already probably a little pepper when I left, germinated, and it's a shishito. And now we're gonna have some free shishitos, which is pretty awesome. I love when things come back on their own, or just it's probably a seed, not a self-seed in the garden like this. Same happened with these carrots. I had a big carrot that used to live there and went to seed, and the seeds fell in here. And look at that, now I have a bunch of baby carrots that self-seeded, and one carrot still to harvest a little later. I'm gonna let this grow just a little bit more out of curiosity, but I'm probably going to have all these babies in the fall too. How cool is that? All self-seeded. This lemon balm up here too. It just came from the green stalk. I had a plant in there, it went to seed, and now I also have lemon balm in this pot. I'm living in there because it's looking really nice. I really love the smell of this. It's so good. Alright, that's enough for today. We got this very nice harvest. I love having herbal teas in the winter, and this is mostly what all of this is going to be. Very exciting to be able to harvest this much, and I'm excited to actually do some other projects too, as I said, with the salted shiso and maybe some cooking with that as well. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time.